Welcome back to another KPC Live. How have you been for a week? It's January 11th over here, a nice Sunday noon. Hello, Three Berry and Guadalupe in the chat from Waco, Texas. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me know where y'all are watching from as well. Yeah, in Seoul it's pretty cold. It's minus 0. It's like minus 10 degrees over here. That's why I am in a jacket. And yeah, my house has very poor heating. So patreon.com/koreanpizzaclub or paypal.me/koreanpizzaclub. Please support me to afford heating at my house. Just kidding. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about a lot of topics as usual. Less K-pop this week. I think it's been a slow week in terms of news and K-pop as well. We're just going to skim through what's been happening over the past week in terms of society and entertainment. It's going to be a fun one still. Like, I have a lot of discuss points to talk with you guys. So yeah, please actively chat and let me know your thoughts. And yes, hello Ryan, hello Chu Yang, and yeah, hope you've been enjoying your first week of the new year. Is it the first week? Actually, the first week has already passed. Wow, it's the second week. Oh my gosh. So I was talking with my friend yesterday, and we just realized, it's a very technical way and a very maybe you could call it even like a psychopath. But I was just thinking, if you just chop up the year in terms of what has already passed so far. So we're at January 11th right now. Technically, 30 days a month. That means 1/3 of a month has passed, 12 months. So 36, 1 out of 36 of this year has passed. So 35 more times of this much, then it's going to be 2027 again. If you put it into that perspective, it's not really that long, right? That kind of drove me crazy because it drove me a little bit more anxious than usual. But yeah, I'll be talking about my mindset shift as well today in this stream. But hello, K Stosh. Snowy Michigan is freezing. I'm so sick, so I might not hang out for too long. Oh no, take care of yourself. I hope you recover well. Get some warm, I don't know, tea, honey, and yeah, warm yourself up. Stay healthy, stay warm, get some vitamin C. Yeah, and BTS Army, hello from LA. Lynn from where you watching from? Yeah, hello David and all. Sunshine Dragon from New Jersey and Ola Rosa. All right, all right. Russia, it's minus 44. All right, I won't be complaining about Seoul's weather. Yeah, like people I know around me are not going outside today. They're like absolutely not because of the weather. But Russians are built different. All right, Teresa from Oregon. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. So far we have 65 people. Before we go on, don't forget to smash that like button for me to get more people joining this live stream. This is a very wonderful live stream to tune into. Why do I sound like Donald Trump? But yes, this is a brilliant and amazing live stream to tune into. So please put your thumbs up. All right. So yeah, without further ado, let's go right on into today's news. So let's just get through with the entertainment news. First off, we have Hwasa, everybody's favorite artist from the West, right? Hwasa's Good Goodbye becomes the third song with the most perfect all kills, and it surpasses BTS's Dynamite. I think that's a stretch in terms of like, like other indicators, obviously. But yeah, in terms of like the perfect all kills and whatnot, it's on the iChart weekly, real time, Melon Daily top 100, Genie what top 100, real time top 100, YouTube top songs, Flow 24 hours, Vibe top today top 100. So Good Goodbye is now the third song with the most perfect all kills, and yeah, with a total of 620 perfect all kills as of January 10th. Good Goodbye has become the third song with the most number of hourly PAKs, surpassing BTS's Dynamite with 610 PAKs, and behind Eugene's Ditto and K-pop Demon Hunter's Golden. Yeah, so I mean, everybody knows Hwasa's Good Goodbye so far. Everybody has seen that viral moment from the Blue Dragon Awards with the actor Park Jung-min. I think, the song itself was pretty good, but that little stunt was what actually excelled it to the top level. Like, I honestly did not know much about that song before I saw that reel. It's been repurposed and circulating so much. This one, right? So everyone knows what happened here, right? This one. So I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not gonna let you hear the music because it's gonna get a copyright strike. Last time I did that, yeah, I had to like erase that part out from the stream. But everyone knows this, ceremony and this viral moment. I don't know why, but women were very mesmerized with Park Jung-min's glaze and look, gaze and look. So yeah, Hwaza is a queen indeed. Yes. All right. So yeah, absolutely, absolutely, very catchy song indeed. So congratulations to Hwasa. I feel like she had a lot of spotlight in the past with her group Mamamoo as being like the always 실력파 group. What does that translate into Korean? Like vocal group or like real talent group? But now she's killing it as a solo artist. hmm It's great to see that, right? All right. So, hello from Vancouver, Canada. I listened to it tons of times before it got viral. It's a good song. It is a good song. It gives me the vibes, what I'm talking about, the sentimental vibes. It was absolutely how he looked at her and how he interacted with her. Yeah, and it's also like, the story line from the music video. I've seen that Park Jung-min was in the music video, right? So like it carried on until up till the ceremony itself. So yeah, that little story build up added a little bit more fuel to the fire, I think. So yeah, congratulations to Hwasa. And next we have Solo Inferno, Singles Inferno for Lee Xian, a former Produce member, very good friends with Kwon and B, right? Reveals that Wegovy side effects are imminent, prominent. I've lived like I'd lost my mind for 3 days. Oh my God. So I brought this news not because it's something important or anything, but like I am taking meds as well. And I want to share my experience while I'm at this news. So yeah, she shared her side effects and she's like rapid weight gain, rapid weight loss, home care routine. And she said, I kept taking it for 1 or 2 weeks without seeing any side effects, but starting in the third week, I suddenly felt severe motion sickness in my stomach. It felt like I was nauseous all day, like I had indigestion nonstop. Even in the car, I felt car sick. I was constantly nauseous and felt like I was going to throw up, but I couldn't. After that third injection, I lived like I completely lost my mind for 3 days. I couldn't even go to the bathroom properly. This just doesn't suit my body, so I stopped. I did lose about 1 to 2 kilograms temporarily because of the side effects, but when I really thought about whether this was a healthy method for me, it just wasn't. I honestly envy people who respond well to Wegovy. For me, the answer is simply eating well and exercising consistently. Yeah, like I mean, this is the golden answer for everybody in the world. It is universal. It's not really hard in principle to lose weight or become healthy or get out of obesity. But, with recent studies, scientists have concluded, medical experts have concluded that obesity is, in fact, a disease, a medical symptom as well. I mean, obviously, there will be half and half. Like, there will be laziness, there will be lousy eating, there will be lousy food choices, you not taking care of your body, accountability issues and all whatnot, responsibility over your body. But there is also, medical terms as well. So that's why people get these kind of support with the drugs. So like the med I'm taking is not Wegovy, it's actually Mounjaro. It's actually the upper version of it. That's what the doctors say. That's why it's more expensive. It's known to have lesser side effects, but more effects, like efficient efficiency in the drug itself. So I've been taking it for a week. And let's say, so I took it on Wednesday. My dose always continues on Wednesday. So today is Sunday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So a week and 4 days. So my next dose is coming in 3 days, right? So I've been taking it for, no, actually 2 weeks now, right? So yeah, I took my second dose. So I've been taking it for 2 weeks. So far I haven't been seeing any kind of side effects at all. But like it's not totally safe because like for Ishian as well, she explained that she got her side effects from the third week, right? So the third dose. So I can't let my guards down. However, I think I'm taking it pretty well, and it's the silver lining is that like Mounjaro is way more efficient and proven to be better in terms of side effects than Wegovy. So I think I'll be safe. And I've read the reports, and only 16% of the people that took the drug experienced side effects to a level that really just like altered their lives. However, in terms of weight loss and in terms of the actual effects of it, what I'm experiencing is so I've been on the scale. I've lost 3 kilograms as of like 2 days before. I haven't weighed myself ever since. Probably, maybe I might have lost like zero point 0.5 or a little bit more. But at this pace, I think I'm confident that I might be losing at least 6 to 9 kilograms per month right now because this is my second dose. So yeah, I'm satisfied with the progress. Of course, I'm not being weight focused. I'm trying to work out as well in tune with this procedure. So yes, I'm doing a lot more walking. I'm not taking too many drastic steps. I'm trying to go to the gym and lift weights. Eat healthier, and the eat healthier part, I think it's not like a conscious decision at this point. It's just that the effects are like kicking in, and my stomach and my body, my mind is like, I don't really feel that hungry. I can't. If I look at food like hamburgers or steak that I usually love and drool over, that I could like consume a whole Big Mac large set, my mind says like, first of all, like, oh, that would be too heavy on you, like, and so I would like downsize. To be honest, I did have McDonald's yesterday, so but I downsized it to a little McChicken, and usually I would go for a large set, but I just went with the regular fries and also Coke Zero. So the calories have definitely gradually shrinked from my normal routine, my normal diet, and also like a very bad example. I was talking about McDonald's, but it's just very like instinctive. But like on top of McDonald's though, like my other dietary changes is that like unconsciously, my body is telling me like, oh, this is greasy. This is too many calories. This is gonna be stuffy. So let's just go for a lighter thing. So normally I go for hanshik, which is Korean food with a little bit of rice, a little bit of like chicken breast, or a little bit of like kimchi on the side. So like nutrient wise, very balanced. Portion size shrunk. My body feels very light. One thing I'm experiencing that is a very good maybe side effect or effect of this is that I'm getting good sleep. I don't know why, but maybe because my body calorie intake has dwindled, and that's making my body a little bit more tired than usual. And now I've also increased my like activity rate as well. So maybe that's the reason. But like I fall asleep like a baby, like I'm dead at 1 a.m. nowadays. So like my sleep schedule and my just the sheer amount of sleep I'm getting has increased, and I've read a lot of research that sleep is the most important factor actually in a person's health, longevity wise, and also dietary wise as well too. And it really helps with your diet, and it really helps with your mood, and it's just like a healthy cycle, right, for everything. So I'm really feeling good progress over here. I'm really satisfied with it. It doesn't feel too drastic or anything. It's very gradual for me. Quite honestly, like people like to rush through these progresses. So when went on the weight scale and I saw like I lost 3 kilos, I was like, ege means like, yeah, just this. I thought I'd lose like 5 kilos in a week, but no, like that's unhealthy, I would say. But I was surprised with 3 kilos, and it's working really well. So I am not a doctor though, and please do not take my words as of like promoting this kind of medication or drug. And always consult with a medical professional. Do not take my one person's word on the internet, a random person's word, and just go for Mounjaro or Wegovy. You couldn't. It's a prescription drug, so you couldn't do that in the first place. But like the concerns are, I don't know why in the first place people like Ishian, her like she's. Have you seen her physique? Like I don't know why she's taking Wegovy in the first place, but I've heard that a lot of people I'm not saying that she did, but like I know a makeup artist friend that knows a lot of models, but models really have problem with their own diets because they professionally need to stay in shape, and in shape for them their standards are crazy standards, right? They have to be skinny, and in order to maintain that kind of physique they literally have to starve sometimes. They can't really enjoy the daily satisfactions of crunching on chips or anything, chocolate, anything like that. So I think while it's a painstaking process for them in the first place, some people, like the models, get those kind of drugs under the counter, and you can easily buy them on secondhand markets. While it's illegal, they get them and they take them and they suppress their hunger, and it really helps them go on with the career. But I don't know. Long term, it might be detrimental. Yeah, but anyways, be careful whenever you're taking meds, all right? So, But I really hope that I will have no side effects on the third week as well, such as Ishian. All right. So, yeah, whoa, David, inspire me to start eating healthier. Right now, I do 1 hour brisk walk, but eat as normal. Okay, that's good. That's good. Uh-huh. Hope 2026 can be a happy and healthy year for everyone. Thank you, Rachel. You have a very warm heart. Thank you for saying that, and to everyone in the chat. What dosage are you on? I'm on 0.25 milligrams, I think. Right? That's good. That's good. It helps your sleep and heart issues and ski a diabetes. Yeah. Oh, you're on Mounjaro as well too. You get full quicker. Okay, I see a lot of people in the chat that are taking the same med as me. So fighting, everyone. We're in the same battle. So yeah, let's win. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's a vicious cycle. Sleep deprivation then messes up with the hormone that signals hunger, and we can end up eating more uncontrollably. Yes, sleep is very important. I've been only feeling that once I've advanced into my mid-30s. So yeah. Dollar Baby, thank you for becoming a member. You've been on it since 2023. Wow. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. All right. What's up, SYJ? Okay. Yeah, so one other change is that since I'm very full, I don't really get the urge to eat that much during lunch or anything. So normally what I do is I just brew some like, hot tea. Right now what I have is lemon tea, hot lemon tea. I can't tilt it too much because, it's gonna pour, but it really just eases down my stomach. Actually, guys, emergency. Yeah. Someone just came home that I'm not expecting. So I have to actually check on who that is. It's probably my mom or my friend, but I was not expecting that. And the person is not entering my room because I'm obviously streaming. So I need to go check on it and figure out what it is. Sorry. Yeah, let me just go check. And no, it's not a burglary or anything. Anyone who knows the passcode of my house should be an acquaintance or someone like, yeah, but it's probably my mom or my friend, but just give me a sec, okay? 들어올래? 아니 아니 거기 있어. 거기 있어. 거기 있어. All right, all right. Okay, it's my friend. Yeah, it's my friend. Uh, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, no worries, guys. Let's continue on with the news. So, like, fighting everyone who has their New Year's resolutions or their goals set as like getting more healthier or weight loss. Um, I mean, to be honest, for me, it's definitely getting healthier and also maintaining my health. From now on, it's the long game. It's not like the short game or anything. I have to look over my health. I'm 35 in Korean age, and from now on, my doctor friends or everyone around me says like it gets pretty bad if you don't take care of your health from now on. You know, like up till your 20s and like maybe early 30s, your body has the ability to regenerate, recover very fast. But from now on, the cells or whatever, they are, damaged and the tissues don't recover that well and blah, 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 blah. Your body is rusty and your body is used a lot. So you got to take care of your bones or like your, what do you call them? Your joints and back and posture and eyes and everything, right? Like from now on, like a very inspirational pep talk that really motivated me was like I was overlooking honestly the importance of taking care of your body up till now. But like I'm a money guy, right? So nothing really moves me that much unless money is involved. So one person put it into perspective for me. They were like, "Oh, the hours you put in right now, like you going to the gym, eating healthier, like whenever I always bitch about like eating salads and poke bowls and
My
them
New
being like
Year's
15
resolution
bucks.
is
I'm
to
like,
meet
why
David
the hell would
halfway.
I eat a poke bowl which is 15 bucks and it doesn't even taste good? Like that is all an investment towards your future in your body, and your body is literally the most important thing. And if you think about it in monetary terms, the hospital bills and the med bills that you'll be taking if your body is to malfunction seriously in the future, which is a very high probability that it will, considering that your med bills are going to be really, really big. So
You will do good on this
yeah,
med.
right now eating healthy, being healthy is in a huge investment to yourself, and you're literally earning money because like most people in the world go through at least one kind of disease or symptom or whatever it is as they age, and people can just hope or pray that it not be something very serious, but people all have their own problems with their bodies, so best to be prepared and minimize that effect. So yeah, that made total sense to me, and yeah, I once knew someone who was in the did I actually talk about this? Well, okay, like my ex, like it's a long time ago. My ex was a Pilates instructor, and she was like, right now, she always like kind of hit me. Okay, let's not go too far, but she hit me, and it's not like I enjoyed it. That nobody was expecting that, probably. It's probably TMI, but yeah, anyways, she always hit me when I was like sitting on not the bed, but like on the desk. She was like, neck, back, and when I was like driving, like lean back. She always like hit me on the shoulder or something like that, and it got me like this, knee-jerk reaction to like fix my posture, and that that kind of got annoying at first, but then she switched up her method and said like 10K, 50K, 30K in USD, right? While hitting my back. Like she was like, if you don't fix your posture right now, this is gonna cost you 50K in the future. She's like, 50K, 30K, oh, and that worked like magic with me. So yeah, yeah, that was good. Yeah, if you're watching, thank you. But all right, my New Year's resolution is to meet David. Thank you for the $2, Rachel. Well, we're meeting over here, right? Virtually, right? Thank you so much, Dolly Baby. Thank you for the $20. You will do good on this med. Thank you so much. We're in the battle together. All right. Yes. Hello, Becky. Welcome, welcome. Money, money, money. Yes, Hilda. Hello. Facts. Mounjaro is a good ally on the weight loss journey. Okay. Investment in your health is exactly right. Yup, yup. Like a flick or a punch. Exactly. Like she just like hits me like that. No domestic violence. You don't have to call the police. Okay. It's not DV, guys. It's not DV. That no, it's not concerning. Oh my gosh. People, chill, 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 chill. All right, it's just a friendly little pat. All right. I just started GLP today. My copay is 50 per month. I figure I will save at least $300 per month in buying food. So it's a win-win. Yeah, same as me. I got my Manjaro monthly dose for 200 like $70. So it's a bargain, I would say. Yeah. I don't know if I'm saving that much on food costs. If anything, I'm trying to eat more healthier, so the food costs have gone up. But as my ex and a lot of my friends, my doctor friend has always, uh, yeah, imposed on me. They'd be like, this is an investment for your future. You are actually saving money right now. Yes, so I believe in that, and I'm gonna push through. All right, Becky, thank you for the $2. Bummer, I need BTS too. Yes, BTS is right around the corner. In 3 days, we are expecting a full world tour announcement. The dates and the venues are going to be announced, and people are expecting it to be above 60, at least 60 stops. Yeah, half of it in North America and half of it around the world. But what I am expecting, okay, like going to stock territory again, but like my BTS, my hype stocks are up a lot right now. I've already realized a big chunk of it. But if what I expect is to happen, like the scenario, the best case scenario on the 14th, the BTS World Tour announcement drops and we see more than 70 concert venues. If we see more than 70, so reportedly right now, people are estimating 60 to 65, like max 65, right? If we see over that number, I'm saying like 70. That's my goal. If we have more than 70, then I think Hive is going to go ballistic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And traditionally, they've always added new bonus venues or dates. So yeah, fingers crossed on that. And I think with the overwhelming demand of the tickets, probably I don't know if they'll actually drop like 70 stops, 70 concerts in the initial announcement. After the dates are dropped and the tickets are fully booked, if there's overwhelming demand, they might later words add those extra dates. So I don't know. I'm just gonna be holding. I'm just gonna be holding. My price target is $400. That's like 20% from now. So I'm not even gonna be greedy or anything. I believe in BTS and as much as I want to be a long-term holder, I am just a retail investor and individual. At the end of the day, I have a lot of like margin in it as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna be happy with my gains and cash out and thank BTS and maybe do a little event for Army. I don't know, in my way of gratefulness, sending back to the community and enjoy the ride, enjoy the concert from now on. Yeah, I gotta save up for the concert tickets, the merch, the album. Is there gonna be a new Army Bomb? I don't know if there is going to be one, but like that's all gonna, yeah, everyone's saving, saving, saving. It's saving time now. We only have 3 months. So yeah, good luck with that, right? The tour is easily gonna make $1 billion. I can imagine the ticketing craze. A new era's tour. Yes. You're torn between BTS and Bruno Mars. What are you saying? What are you saying? It's obviously it's BTS, or you could go to both, right? Yeah. So it's gonna be at least 60, right? Yeah, that's what everyone is estimating. But let's hope it goes over 70. That is my goal right now. If it's over 70, yep, I'm getting rich, guys. So, okay. Can't wait for the BTS news. Exactly. Stop mentioned. Check. All right, all right, all right. I'm concerned about BTS coming to the US. I'm sure they will be fine. It's the crowds I worry for. I'm near Chicago. Yes, Chicago is definitely a big venue. Most definitely they're gonna be there. So yeah, watch out, watch out. There's gonna be fierce competition. I don't know, like what cities they're gonna go in the US. Last year, what cities did they go to? Let me know. Probably so many that you can't probably list down, jot down in the chat right now. Now, okay, Gian, first of all, welcome back to a more friendly time zone. I saw your chat, but great question. So, guys, I will bore you for another one more minute, and this is breaking news, actually. I did not include this in today's news because you guys are, like, very bored with stock talk and stuff, but with a passion, I'm going to tell you this breaking news that I plan to upload on Daily David Kim, my new Instagram account where I've been dropping reels every single day. So if you haven't followed already, please go follow. Please Instagram at Daily David Kim. But yes, this is news that I am actually going to upload today. But I am letting you guys know first beforehand. So here we go. So the good news is, in response to Jian's question, up till now, it was impossible, literally, basically impossible for a retail investor, which is not Korean, a foreigner, to invest in Korean stocks unless they have like a massive, I don't know, hedge fund that backs them, or they're in like this, they're in an institutional investor or anything. There was no way to invest in Korean stocks. But good news, starting from July 2026, July, this is fresh from the government. It actually dropped yesterday. The government has finally allowed and made a system for foreigners, retail investors too, to easily invest in the Korean stock market. So all you have to do is go on your own stock app. I don't know what you guys are using, Robinhood, Fidelity, whatever. Go on that stock app, go to the Korean market sector, and you'll be able to buy Samsung, Hyundai, HYBE, YG, SM, JYP, whatever, is what I'm expecting. So the details haven't come out, but it's official. From July, you will be able to invest. So I'm expecting a huge surge in price as well for HYBE, because like I know that International Army is going to invest. It's like the ultimate form of support, right? So yeah, it's very exciting news. Very exciting for our market, our economy. I think the president is doing a pretty good job in actually fostering our stock market. It's at an all-time high right now. So it's just going up, 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 and higher. So yeah, breaking news for you, exclusive news for you. This probably hasn't hit any sector of the Korean news, like Korea Herald or all K-pop, because it's finance, and finance is boring, right? Nobody cares about it. But here you go. You have a head start to start saving up. I don't think this is gonna get published on any kind of news. So yeah, before it drops, you'll be able to save a big amount of money until July. There you go, right? I want HYBE stocks. Now you are legitimately able to buy HYBE stocks. Okay, HYBE and Hyundai, yes. Speaking of Hyundai, let me skip this one entertainment news and go to the biggest news probably in the world right now. Right now, AI and robots are the thing. I've been seeing very pessimistic views, dystopian views, very, very optimistic ones. Whatever, we need to adapt. It's here. We can't stop it. Bernie Sanders yesterday said, like, we need to make a moratorium to stop building the data centers and halt all AI development until we can figure out, like, how to sustain labor workers and income and whatever. I agree half and half to that, but anyways, besides all of that, the real fact is that right now the development of AI and robots are like a crazy train. You know, there's no brakes on it. Like, it's happening, like it or not. It's already infiltrated into our daily lives. My life, a lot of people in the work field, they cannot live without AI. Kids nowadays can't live without AI. And the next step from AI is physical AI. So physical AI means putting AI into a body, which is a robot, and that robot is going to be operating and proceeding with its own thought process. So the backbone might be Gemini or ChatGPT or whatever, but you'll have a humanoid robot, which could be the Tesla Optimus or the Hyundai robot that we saw at CES this year. So this is the Hyundai robot, and it's a humanoid bot. So Hyundai actually bought Boston Dynamics. This crappy looking thing is from LG Electronics, so let's not get confused with that. But the Hyundai Motor Group, which acquired Boston Dynamics, this one, the dog group, right? They made the humanoid robot, and I forgot its name, but if you actually look at the robot itself, it is mind blowing. This Hyundai robot got like award of the year at CES for being like the most impressive robot. And if you look at it, this is crazy. Like, look at this. Just look at this one video over here. Look at this.
Please welcome Atlas.
It's Atlas. It's called Atlas. And look at how smooth it walks. And look at its joints. And its hands and its joints move 360. And it can sit, it can dance, it can do everything. And this is just crazy. This is just crazy. There are more impressive videos on the internet of this robot that I cannot find. But wait, I just have to show you that one scene. That was mind blowing to me. This was very, very what do you call it? What do you call it? Like, I just need to show you that scene when it stands up, when it sits and stands up. I don't know why these videos are not showing it over here, but you got to see what happens when this robot stands up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I need to show you that. Alright, so this is like a prototype video over here. Well, obviously it's going to be doing like this kind of work in factories, right? Yeah, everyone working at Amazon, everyone working at Coupang is soon to be replaced. Oh, everyone working at Hyundai Motors, assembling cars and stuff. So this, I think, is groundbreaking. So I don't know why robot engineers didn't figure this out before, but if you look at this robot, it's just so simple, but nobody has thought of it. Like, look at this, joint rotation. So this might be very, very simple. Like, it might look very easy. But the fact that nobody has ever thought of this until now. I mean, there were some robots probably, but nobody's actually, like, made this look so easy and convenient. Do you get the groundbreakingness of that? Probably not, right? But what's so groundbreaking about that is that the robot doesn't have to turn around like a human being. And there are more videos of it like squatting and then sitting up, standing up, and then turning around. So human beings need to actually rotate their body to change the direction. And if you're like a logistics worker in an Amazon warehouse, if you have your parcel over here, you carry it and then you turn around and you have to go, and when you sit down or like squat down, you have to like stand up and down. But like if you look at this robot, it simply has just to like turn around and like, it doesn't need to change its posture or anything. It just like rotates its body. And also when it's like sitting down and standing up, it doesn't use like its legs or whatever. Its hands just like become like the pillars and just like propel them up. That video is wild, but I can't find it right now. But anyways, this won the award of the year for the robot sector at the CES. And the future is bright for Hyundai Motors, but I don't know about humanity. But it is actually mind blowing to see this kind of stuff being commercialized, not commercialized yet, but near to commercialization. And yeah, so Hybe and Hyundai. I am going to invest big on Hyundai. I'm gonna invest big on that. Yes. So it's crazy. It's crazy. This is why the U.S. wants Greenland. Okay, yeah, I've been hearing a lot of news about like Greenland, Mexico, and Chile, and other South American countries in regards with like the Venezuelan Maduro case. But yeah, laundry and cleaning robot, yes, please. And the thing is, people sometimes make fun of these robots, saying they're so slow. Wow, like okay, I can do better job than that. But the thing that people overlook is that these robots do not rest. They don't need food. They don't complain. They don't get tired. They don't have a union. They don't have rights. You can exploit them literally, just as long as you have an electric cord and a battery. So even if it might be slow, and that is actually going to evolve in the future, the speed and the productivity is going to go up. Even at this state, if you make this robot work 24 hours, 365 days a week, even if the human being is more productive now in terms of speed and efficiency, in the long game, the robot's productivity is going to easily surpass a human being's. So it's very concerning at the same time, I know, but it is the future, so we all have to be prepared. I saw the interview and it was with Bernie Sanders. It was very interesting, his perspective. The robots and the AI tech is all being made by these multi-trillionaires, billionaires, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and all these figures, right? Jeff Bezos. And these people are going to implement and adapt, what do you call it? Adopt these robots into their work field, which is going to replace human jobs. So there's no legislation yet, and there's like these trillionaires are already funding the politicians, the president, and the Congress. So the Congress isn't going to go against them. So there's no legislation, there's no safety net. So we got to get prepared. And I saw so many documentaries today on the Korean side as well. A lot of people coming out from professions like accountants, like developers, coding programmers, from doctors and whatnot. Every kind of field. Like, let's not even talk about interpretation or like translation work, or like manual labor. Like these professions that I talked about, like accountants and lawyers and whatever, they are being replaced already. Like, especially there was a documentary from KBS highlighting an accountant firm, and what they say is the biggest accounting firms in Korea have already decreased 30% of their hires in entry level accountants just because AI is better. You just feed the numbers and the charts and quotations, whatever, into the AI, and it just does a better job than an entry level novice accountant. So there's been a frenzy among the accountant trainee or prep community in Korea, because accounting is actually a profession that requires a license, a professional license, and you have to study for that for years, at least a year, and you have a national exam for that. But people that have been preparing for that, they're seeing no job openings, and even if they get the license, it's getting useless. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, accountants losing their jobs. My doctor friend always says, like, doctors are replaceable as well too. There are already AI robots that are more precise and more safer than human doctors in proceeding simple, I don't know, operations. It's just not legal yet, But Elon Musk says it's going to be replaceable. Doctors are going to be replaced in 3 years because he intends to send those medical AI robots to places like underdeveloped countries in Africa or whatever, where they have no medical infrastructure. And from bottom to top, if those medical robots are proven to be efficient and cost effective and precise in those underdeveloped countries with less regulations, then the whole world is going to see it. And like it or not, people are going to start adopting and bending the laws and getting those medical robots. So it's very, very scary. It's very, very scary. I don't know what to do about it. I'm a mere random YouTuber. But the only thing we can do on an individual level right now, other than like gathering and protesting against the government, which I don't think is going to actually move them when they're being funded by all these multi-million companies, is just to prepare. It's the survival of the fittest right now. Like if you have a skill set and you think it's going to be replaced by an AI in the future, if you think it's replaceable, then you have to find your edge or something that makes you irreplaceable. And I don't know if YouTubers can be replaced. So I always had anxiety about my future. Like, what am I going to do when I'm 40 or 50? Like, I can't be a content creator. Maybe I can, but like the chances were very low in my vision. But after seeing all this, I'm like, actually, you know what? Maybe a YouTuber might be an advantageous job to have in the AI generation. Because like nowadays, if you see the YouTube trend, everything's about rawness. Everything's about the human factor. People aren't leaning into like celebrities and like highly produced shows. They're watching very raw vlogs, travel vlogs, daily life, stuff like that. People, things about loneliness, things about fragility, things about human flaws. So I think the trend of content is also shifting from, very highly refined, whatever. Those will exist. But then even the content designers or the CGI, that's going to be replaced by AI as well too. You can just put in a prompt, right? But like for rawness, that's one thing I think AI might not be able to overcome in so easily. So like AI is meant to be perfect, right? Like of course you can like wire them to be imperfect and imitate human flaws, but the human flaws that we're seeing on reels, like these memes, I don't think that, like, ironically, those are the most useless kind of things, but it's like the most human thing that's irreplaceable. So yeah. mm-hmm all right, so I've been yapping a lot, but on top of that, you know, you might as well invest in Hyundai Motors. In the meantime, Hyundai Motors is at its all-time high right now. Samsung is at its all-time high. SK Hynix is at its all-time high. Hyundai Motors is at its all-time high. Right now, okay, I'm going into like also again like another territory here, but a lot of people have been fear mongering nowadays on the internet about the break of World War III in regards to the US, breaking the code, going into Venezuela, justifying it, which opens the same territory for China and Russia to do. And for China, it's going to be Taiwan. For Russia, it's going to be Ukraine or another country like Kyrgyzstan that's next to it. And if it becomes like a global imperialism 2.0, then World War III is imminent, right? So South Koreans are freaking out as well too, because like we are a split country. We have a communist country up there, which is very close with China and Russia. So as I've been always talking about, if World War III breaks, it's first going to be, the first trigger is probably going to be Taiwan or South Korea. However, I mean, I'm sorry if you're Taiwanese, but this is how the global flow is going. It's not my fault, right? President Donald Trump actually came out the day before in the press and said about in regards to Taiwan, it's up to President Xi. Like all the former U.S. presidents were pretty firm on protecting China as a strong ally, but President Trump said like it's up to President Xi at this point. He's not gonna like it, but it's yeah, like he didn't say any strong words as if like America's going to protect Taiwan. And to be fair, America is in deep shit right now. It has its own problems, so I understand. But like, it's, America's, the US's, what do you call it, global presence or the trust or credibility or the ally union was built on its military power, and its military power being somewhat a safeguard against like those red countries, right? But now that's all shattered, and the US is seeking Greenland and more land here and there, like more oil in Venezuela and whatever. So yeah, like all the arrows are heading towards Taiwan because like it fits the narrative. It like the Venezuela to China would be Taiwan, and South Koreans right now are reacting. It might be us, but right now what I'm trying to connect is right now Samsung, SK, and Hyundai are at the forefront of the AI robotics war. Companies like Nvidia, Tesla, and the big tech companies in the US cannot function without Samsung SK chips and Hyundai robots that are at the forefront at the moment. So people are assessing, in the case of South Korea, in the perspective of World War III, at least for now, we are on the priority list of the US to protect because it's in its own interest, at least until the US has gained all our technologies, has adopted all of it into engraved all its tech into the AI race. Because like the U.S. can't give on AI and robots as well because it's a global war and race against China, right? So China is super advanced in AI and robotics. So the US can't give up on that. And China has its own chips being manufactured. And once it gets Taiwan, maybe it's going to get TSMC. TSMC is building a factory in the US, but whatever. So their only biggest ally right now is South Korea, which has the manufacturing power of the semiconductors and the chips for that's powering AI. We also have a lot of companies that are very helpful to the US right now in building ships, in building nuclear reactors, which are energy for the future, in building electricity efficiency models for data centers. So we fit the current narrative in the science tech evolution right paradigm shift right now. So South Korea is somewhat safer than Taiwan, but we cannot be rest assured. So that's what people are talking about here. I think it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's not a guaranteed scenario. It's very, very frightening. So I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed that miraculously the global leaders come to a revelation and they all gather together and make a peace treaty and say, like, let's not invade each other. But since there's been a precedent already and there's been aggressive words being thrown towards countries like Greenland, there's political tension escalating in Denmark and European Union. So I don't know if that's going to be plausible. So, yep. Even doctors' lives will be replaced, more layoffs. I don't want an AI doctor. But what if it's proven to be more efficient and more helpful than a real doctor that has human flaws? That doctor might have drunk last night. That doctor might be going through depression. He might have been having divorce problems. I don't know, whatever, right? So he might be old. So you never know, right? US doctors are already watching AI robots perform surgery. Yep. When there's no electricity or the battery runs out, it'll be intriguing. So right now, what's hottest in the industry sector is electricity related stocks. Yeah, it's just like natural. So Elon Musk predicts 3 years in the replacement of doctors, but people call it Musk time. He promised autonomous driving by 2020. It didn't come out until 2026, and right now it's like FSD, right? What did that stand for? It's like support driving. Like it's like not full autonomous. Anyways, it's like a human has to look after the autonomous driving. So it's like in the semi stage, right? But we do have a good working model of autonomous driving right now. So Musk time is usually 5 years earlier than what he predicts. So people are saying like, oh yeah, and plus the legislation and the government whatever regulations. If you give a buffer of another 5 more years, then probably in 15 years or 10 years, it might be a more practical estimation of when these professional jobs might be replaced by AI. But who knows? We could have a nuclear war in the middle of that, and like whole world goes to toast. Yeah. Data centers, energy requirements, energy stocks. Yep. Realness will be more important to people. Yes, that's why I might be doubling down on my YouTube career. This might be my moment to shine. I'm as real as I can get. I'm a human being that has flaws, that farts, that takes meds to go on a diet. I'm not perfect, so people are drawn to that rawness nowadays. The human touch is hard to replicate in a tech sense. That's very good to hear. Yeah, this is going to be my unique selling point to my elevator pitch to my mom every single day that's trying to convince me to get a corporate job. Mom, I have an edge in the AI era. AI is going to replace doctors, accountants, translators, interpreters, whatever, reporters, announcers, but it will not be able to replace a YouTuber like me because I fart, I poop, what am I saying? I make mistakes, I make clumsy, impulsive decisions, I mess up a lot. Makes sense, makes total sense, right? Do you think my mom's gonna be sold? Yeah. Okay. All right. We lost our credibility. I mean, hooray, America. Korea is always in debt, and we will be blood-sharing allies, ironclad. But it is a fact at this point that the global community has lost its trust in the U.S. Yeah. But then, of course, the U.S. citizens can't argue. Like, why do we have to be the savior or the global police in the first place? Well, geopolitically, it's not that simple. It's not that one-dimensional. I would say the U.S. always protects its allies with its own interest in mind as well, like resources, like geopolitical positioning and whatnot. But, yeah. Okay, so should I worry about my yearly trip to Seoul in March? Will World War III break out? As I told you, right, as of now, I don't think there's a high chance of World War III in South Korea. If World War III breaks, then I think it's going to take back humanity at least like 200 years back. Yeah, I don't know. Who am I? I don't know. Okay. As much as I value all your opinions, I see the comment section getting riled up, a little heated with politics. As I am an outsider, I only speak on behalf of Koreans and the Korean perspective, so I will not talk about U.S. internal politics. So, yeah, you can talk about that amongst yourselves. Trump is talking about attacking a NATO member, and you think you are safe, David? Well, at least we are necessary to the US right now. The biggest global race in catching the global throne for the next century is AI and robot. That is undeniable. And we are a key player. If we are missing, literally the US cannot function. And this is not an overstatement. Yeah, there is no other company that creates this good capacity and of efficiency of semiconductors and chips. That is the backbone of all the AI right now. So yeah, that's why Samsung is at all-time high. SK is at all-time high. Hyundai is on all-time high. Yeah. Oops. I just threw my phone out. Ugh. Ha ha ha. They should all get together, give each other facials and foot rubs while listening to BTS? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Even our own citizens are not safe. So I've been seeing a lot of comments saying like, if World War III breaks, hell no, I'm not gonna conscript or enlist in the military. I'm gonna just go to jail. I've been seeing a lot of those comments on Instagram, and to be honest, I think they're pretty dumb because, if the military puts out a national draft and they send out troops to actually conscript people under war times and martial law and like military terms, if you disobey, disobedience means death technically during warfare. And if you deny conscripting in the military, I'm talking about very drastic scenarios, but theoretically a military troop could invade a town or a city and rally up all the people, go in, barge into all the homes, and they could make an example of a very violent protester or someone that's in like not complying to the policy, and they could literally, okay, I'll say some gruesome words, so like if you don't want to hear it, they could put a bullet into someone to make an example right while you're watching, and you say this is gonna happen to you right now if you don't come and enlist yourself. So theoretically speaking, a lot of people are saying like, hell no, I'm not gonna fight for my country. Like I'm just gonna go to jail. Like you can throw me into jail if you want. Oh well, if you are thrown in jail, you'll probably be making bullets like a slave, or you'll probably be doing something in the equivalent of like a slave. So yeah, I don't think anybody's safe in terms of that, in terms of being like drafted or whatever. But yeah, again, like I'm not trying to be fear mongering or anything. It's just like infiltrated my algorithm. I think a lot of yours might have been affected as well too. Maybe it's just me, but yeah, ever since the Maduro thing, there's been a lot of narratives being spun. Yeah. FSD working really well already. Yeah, there's been a lot of videos in Korea as well. It's been released in Korea, and a lot of people are satisfied with Tesla's FSD. Just look at those videos. They are sweet. They are sweet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Human made for the win. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe you know what? I need to buy some clothes from that brand. The Japanese brand. I like human made. Mm-hmm. They predicted human extinction in the Terminator, lol, it might actually happen. Yeah, like sci-fi, you know what they say. Everything a human being can imagine always happens. It's because like our minds can't go beyond that point. With the advance of technology, we add more and more to our imagination. But like everything human beings imagined in the 60s, before that in the 1900s, have come true. We're flying, we're making robots, AI, magical genies are popping out answers for us, so like in the blink of an eye, in like a couple hundred years, we're gonna be on Mars and doing like intergalactical travel in the speed of light, right? So yeah. Or again, maybe not, because like there's gonna be a nuclear war and Terminator is just gonna wipe us off, and we'll be human fuel and batteries to fuel AI to reproduce itself. Yeah, sounds like a very familiar scenario, right? Yeah. SK is investing 150 billion into the US, so Korea is safe. Exactly. Exactly. We've been sucking up quite a lot. Well, I don't know if that's going to be unconstitutional. I heard that there was supposed to be a verdict on the tariffs like a day before, but they didn't. They got like postponed or something. Yeah, it's wild times. It's wild times over here. Hmm. Yeah. I'm still not comfortable with EVs, man. I'm afraid of fire. Well, if you're afraid of fire with EVs, it's probably I'm no expert, all right? I've seen those videos like you get trapped and the car catches on fire and stuff, but isn't it the same for gasoline cars too? Like if you go into a car crash and it catches on fire, it explodes and shit. So, yeah. Um, okay. Orwell's 1984 is going on right now in the US. Yep, this was all predicted. This was all predicted. Okay, yeah. The reason I put out my phone was to check if there are any Patreon subscriptions or PayPals, but no, I'm so sad. All right, let's go on to some bright news. All right, some irrelevant. That's why people like K-pop. It's kind of Delulu territory. Not gonna lie, right? Like we're talking about World War III, nuclear wars, Terminator, Matrix, all that, and then suddenly we could just pivot to the good world of K-pop, where we have like very pretty and handsome people dancing around, fluffy, yeah, right. So all right, let's go to K-pop again. Sorry for talking too much on like yeah the Armageddon, but all right. So what's been happening in the K-pop world? This is pretty big news, actually. So YouTube is preparing to stop providing streaming data to Billboard charts beginning on January 16th, and concerns are growing within the K-pop industry over how the change could affect the genre's chart performance, particularly in the US. YouTube announced that it will no longer supply streaming data, including views from the YouTube Music app, to Billboard, a move that comes amid disagreements over Billboard's growing emphasis on paid subscription streams. And while Billboard charts factor in multiple metrics, including album sales, radio airplay, and streams across platforms, industry insiders widely agree that K-pop is the genre most exposed to the loss of YouTube data. Since Psy's Gangnam Style in 2013, YouTube views have played a meaningful role in boosting K-pop artists' visibility on Billboard charts. Over the past decade, visually driven music videos and highly mobilized global fandoms have allowed K-pop acts to accumulate streaming numbers that often outpace those of US-based artists on YouTube, even when domestic recognition lags. So this might be happening. So it is a known fact that K-pop fandoms are pretty strong on YouTube. They have mass streaming campaigns and stuff. And yeah, this data is being irrigated into the Billboard charts up till now, but that's changing from now on. So we don't know how the landscape will change. We don't know how much YouTube views and streams have had a portion in the Billboard decision making, but it is going to take a substantial hit. I don't know the exact metrics, but yeah, just a gut feeling. You can just feel it happening. YouTube is a big platform. K-pop labels focus a lot on YouTube metrics and accolades. Like Blackpink, they always say like, oh, 10 million streams on YouTube, views on YouTube, something like that. They make dedicated posts on that. So yeah, I think this is a huge shift. So what this indicates is to the music industry and K-pop as a whole is that it might have been the good old days up till now. So from now on, it might be exponentially more difficult for K-pop groups to be listed on the Billboard chart. So immediately, this is going to affect the upcoming comebacks, such as BTS, Blackpink, Big Bang. Most importantly, BTS and Blackpink, which are the two big pillars of K-pop right now, and Stray Kids, I would say. They've been on Billboard 200 for a long time. But everyone's looking for, like right now, it's a given for BTS to be on Billboard Top 100, like as Hot 100 as number one, right? Like stay there for weeks. However, with this change, will it be enough? I don't know. I believe in BTS and the fandom, And I have no doubt that they are going to debut on Billboard Hot 100 with their new album title song. However, the matter of longevity might be maybe altered. Like if in the past they were up there for like 6 weeks consecutively, that might shrink to maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. So yeah, this might have a seismic shift on the industry, and so like all these records on Wikipedia, like Stray Kids, BTS, Blackpink being on the Billboard Top 100, Hot 100, Hot 200, whatever. It might not occur as common until like we've seen up till now. So yeah, well, we have our own independent charts from Spotify. We have iTunes. Like, does anybody actually care about iTunes anymore? Like, whenever I see like, oh, this group got number one on iTunes, I'm like, bro, stop! Like, don't even write about iTunes anymore. Like, yeah. Anyways, like, no shade, but like, iTunes. Like, I think the big charts nowadays is definitely like Billboard has its like symbolic value, I guess. Um, Billboard is there, and then there's Spotify, and then there's YouTube. I would say the streams and the views, definitely those are the big platforms, and then we have like iHeartRadio, iTunes, whatever, right? Melon, Genie, Flow. So yeah, what are your guesses? What are your guesses? K-pop is a great escape. Yeah, that's why we all love K-pop, don't we? Right? You all agree on that, right? I need BTS now. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Enjoying the stream? Buy David a meal at paypal.me/KoreanPizzaclub. It would be wonderful if you could drop a couple bucks for a sandwich, a nice sandwich for dinner. I think it'll hurt K-pop in a way because K-pop won't be able to break YouTube records like it used to. Obvious effect, right? Another Gangnam Style effect needs to surge in 2026. So theoretically, if this is to potentially have a big hit in the charting and whatever, Golden might be the peak of K-pop acts. I don't know. Billboard is so irrelevant. Tell them to cut radio play counts, not video counts. No one listens to the radio. Valid. Nobody listens to radio. Let's be real. Yeah. Army will find a way. We always will. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, that makes sense because, like, if you know that YouTube views or streams don't have that as much value, then you'll dissect the Billboard, point system, and then you'll focus on getting better points among that system, right? So you just need to redirect the focus. But it is a big loss that if YouTube is not being counted in. Yeah. US music industry is threatened by K-pop. Oh, do you mean it in a good way? Well, yeah, I'm on your side then. I always love when K-pop breaks through like other cultures and industries. Yeah, go, go, go. That was a lot of shade. I'm sorry. Shady boots. Spotify and YouTube definitely get a lot of attention. iHeartRadio wanted that big lie bill. I sent you a PayPal. Yeah, I never got it. I double checked. I never got it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I listen to radio. Well, I am on radio as well too, so I'm very pro radio. Don't get me wrong. Listen to Arirang Radio. Actually, tomorrow, if you have time, 7 p.m. KST. I'm a regular guest over there on Culture Inc. with SJ every single week. Yet tomorrow we're talking about the K-pop rookies to look after in 2026. Yeah, so that's going to be the topic. It's more scripted, more fast-paced, but yeah, if you want your weekly dose of Korean news or K-pop and stuff, tune in if you want. All right, so that's a substantial change happening in K-pop. I don't want to down the mood again, but it is important to acknowledge this. So remember last year, around this time, there was a massive disaster, a tragedy that happened in an airport in South Korea. It was the Muan Jeju Air tragedy, plane crash, and so many people died. I think it was like 170 something people. And yeah, the investigation has definitely been going on. There have been reports, there have been AI investigations and analysis, and the results have finally came out. So here are them. The Land Ministry has for the first time acknowledged that a key navigation structure involved in the fatal Jeju air crash at Muan International Airport in December 2024 failed to meet safety standards, reversing its earlier position more than a year after the accident that killed 179 people. The acknowledgement was contained in a government commission simulation report obtained and disclosed by the People Power Party, which concluded that all passengers would likely have survived had the concrete mound supporting the airport's localizer not existed or been designed to break upon impact. So, simply said, you see this compound of concrete over here, a concrete wall was standing in the way, and because of that, the airplane crashed and exploded, which made the whole tragedy. And it's wild that the simulations are saying that everyone could have survived if it were just not for that concrete compound. Nobody knows why the hell that is even there. And when this accident actually, when this tragedy happened, a lot of pilots, a lot of what do you call them, like flight experts on the internet came out and said they have never seen anything like that concrete compound in that position. Why is it there? Yeah, there have been some investigations, but it was probably there because of, like, I don't remember, but it's just not supposed to be there. So if there was just like a fence, like I was at Jeju Airport the other day, the like a couple weeks ago, and Jeju Airport is pretty small, and you can see like the whole scape, the whole surrounding of the airport. It's just like natural. It's just like little fences, wires, and then there's like the sea. In this case, in Muan, there's like a crop field. So if it weren't for that concrete, the plane would have just penetrated the fence and just like slid its way through the crop fields, and maybe everyone might have been saved. So it's just heartbreaking. And if I were one of the bereaved, like family member, if I were to see this report coming out that like my beloved son or mother or father or grandmother, whoever, could have been saved if it were not for that stupid lump of concrete over there that has no functionality, that is abnormal to actually be there in the first place, my blood would be boiling. Yeah, it wasn't a pilot error. It turns out that the pilot was a highly professional, and he did all he could. He did perfect landing even after the propeller catching on fire with the birds colliding into it. So he did all he could. Yeah, I would be so angry. And I don't know, there might be a class action lawsuit against the airport. That's like that's my natural response if I were to be in their shoes, but at the end of the day, does it even matter at this point, right? Yeah. I saw those videos too. They build other ways to slow down on an airplane. Uh, guess I should not visit Korea for a bit. Damn. Why not? No. Like as much as this is tragic news, and we've been talking about fear-mongering situations, Korea is totally fine. It's actually booming. Like it's right now the tourist influx has hit its all-time high. So this is actually the best time to visit. Hmm. That was obvious without AI. Yeah, true. Everyone has been saying it for a year, but it's now an official confirmation. So it's very sad. Uh-huh. Yeah. May God comfort their hearts. At least there is some form of closure. Exactly. It matters because the people left behind need the money for the therapy and funerals. Of course, I didn't mean it that way. I'm like, even if you give the people all the money in the world, doesn't matter at this point once their beloved family is already in heaven. You can't undo anything about that. So no matter how much the money, it could relieve them temporarily and it's very needed, but at the end of the day, does it? Yeah. Bird strikes are a majority of airplane issues, like the miracle of the Hudson with Cat Sully. Yeah. But in those scenarios, there aren't any stupid concrete compounds. So, yeah, this is stressful. This is stressful. All right, how long I've been streaming? I'm stressed out by my own stream. Okay, 261 of you watching, only 71 likes. Please, guys, please. Please give me a like before we go on. So we've been streaming so far for an hour and a half. I'm gonna cut it short in like 10 minutes. I had some more news. Let's skim through just to let you guys know. All right, so yeah, President Lee and President Xi agreed to thaw cultural ties with gradual reopening. 청와대, our Blue House, has officially confirmed it. So the cultural reopening is coming, is imminent. In China, actually, they have never officially acknowledged the existence of the Korea ban. They have just done it under the counter. So, yeah, they have promised us a gradual reopening in the import and consumption of K culture. So gradually, we'll be seeing K dramas on Chinese TVs. They were already there through illegal streaming sites, but yeah, in official routes. And we will be seeing K-pop concerts and acts in Beijing and mainland China. So we already have a dream concert coming up in Hong Kong soon. That is like the opening, but I don't know. Yeah, this is, I guess, all in all, good news for the K-pop industry and the Korean cultural industry. It's at least going to double the revenue and profit. Good for our country, right? So yeah, that's good news. Basic Snail Theme, thank you for the $20. Pizza. Appreciate that. Blank message. Wow, thank you so much. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? I recognize you. Basic Snail Time Theme. Yeah, I know you. So thank you so much all the time for your generous super chats. Yeah, so we're opening up with China, and will China send more pandas to Korea? So pandas are not only just like cute bears, but actually they're symbols and they're actually gifts from China to other countries as a form of, friendliness. It's a form of diplomacy. All the pandas in the world are owned by China. No other country has ownership in a panda itself. So they are on lease technically by the allowing of the Chinese government. So the Chinese government can always retrieve their pandas sent over the world. So the pandas you see in a local zoo is the property of China. We had a panda in Everland named Pooh Bao. It was very loved by the Korean public, and there were some diehard fans as well that were crying their lungs over a panda leaving the country, which I still don't understand. But yeah, everyone has their attachment to some special objects and animals. But anyways, President Lee, during his visit to China, he just threw like, a gesture to the Chinese government saying like, in celebration to our new relationship, why not you send over a panda to one of our zoos? So it might happen. It might happen, right? Kung Fu Panda. It's not a gift when eventually they're getting it banned. Well, at least for the time being, like kids can go and see pandas in real life and they'll be happy. Well, yeah, I'm not really interested. The only panda I'm interested in is Panda Express. I wish there were more Panda Expresses in Korea. But yeah, it's All Diva's birthday. Happy birthday, All Diva. Yeah, and President Lee is doing a lot of right things, unlike a certain impeached loser. Yeah, that impeached loser is during going through a trial yet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, stock market and now China. Yes, I know, but you might be surprised internally. Not a lot of people are greeting this, and I will not tell you the obvious reasons. All right, so. Yeah, so that's some happy news. And what's behind Chang Won-young's Lucky Vicky mindset? We all know Chang Won-young's Lucky Vicky mindset. It's basically thinking optimistically, positive thinking. Oh, there's a glass of water. Oh, it's only half filled. Versus, wow, I have a cup of water. It's half filled. Wow. So it's the difference between that, right? And yeah, Chang Won-young has gotten attention for her positive thinking, but she actually recommended these bestsellers called Super Translated Buddha's Words by a Japanese monk, and it became a bestseller due to her recommendation on Yuka's on the Block. The sales took off, so I'm actually interested in taking a look in these books. And she actually, what do you call it? Recommended Schopenhauer as well too. So Schopenhauer, from what I remember, is like I remember reading a little bit of it. It was too hard for me, but it's related to like kind of a nihilistic mindset, from what I remember. Yeah. So, anyways, at the end of the day, we're a part of the universe, and your existence is defined by whatever, blah 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 blah. So, just let me not speak on behalf of a philosopher. Um yeah. So I guess this is my sign to try Panda Express here in Manila. If y'all seem to like it, it's all right. It's all right. It's very salty. A lot of sodium in it. It's not Chinese food. It's American food. But I always love Panda Express. When I always go to LAX, it's my go-to place. Panda Express there is like freaking expensive, but it's become a routine for me. Yeah. Every year I go to LAX and Panda Express is my go-to. Yeah, I've never actually eaten Panda Express deliberately during my visit in the States, like while I'm on the road or I'm in like an eating district or anything. But always just at the airport. There's only one in Korea, I think, in Seoul at least. I go there sometimes. Yeah, but it's all right. It's all right. Orange chicken is nice. The Kung Pao chicken with the beef chai tao or whatever. Panda Express is mall food for me, not some place I would go to for Chinese. Exactly, it's not Chinese food. Yeah. Speaking of food, though, U.S. Dietary Guideline recommends kimchi for the first time as real food. Of course, kimchi's real food. It's really good for you. Make America Healthy Again initiative recommends fermented foods such as kimchi and miso for their potential benefits to gut health. The guidelines advise consuming these foods alongside vegetables and other high fiber terms. It's updated every 5 years by the Department of Agriculture and Health and Human Services. The guidelines serve as a basis for the federal food programs, including school meals, military rations, and nutrition assistance programs. So potentially, we might be seeing kimchi in school food, in military food. I doubt it, but at least it's included there, right? It says gut health. Your gut contains trillions of bacteria and other microorganisms called the microbiome. A healthy diet supports a well-balanced microbiome and healthy digestion. Highly processed foods can disrupt this balance, while vegetables, fruits, fermented foods like kimchi and miso, what is this, kefir, sauerkraut, and high-fiber foods support a diverse microbiome, which may be beneficial for health. All right, so there you go. The U.S. government is pushing kimchi. Wow. Go buy your kimchi. And don't buy bibigo kimchi. I'm sorry, bibigo, but chonga kimchi is the best. Believe me on this. I've been buying kimchi for the past couple years. I've been eating kimchi for half of my life. I'm a Korean person. If you're gonna buy packaged kimchi, buy chonga kimchi, not bibigo. Bibigo is a little too sweet and mild for me. Anyways, yeah. So let's see. Okay, this is some interesting news. The global debate has landed now in Seoul whether we are supposed to charge tourists into our national museum. I think it's only fair to actually charge tourists going into our museums, which we try to maintain very hard, and their maintenance fees, preservation fees, and all that. Of course, the merch section is booming, but if you go to the Louvre, if you go to the Great British Museum, what? Actually, you know what? No, the British Museum was free. Yeah, last time I went. But if you go to a lot of museums all over the world, like the ones I went in Sweden for sure, yeah, there was this great museum, the Vasa Museum, where I saw like this huge ship. Yeah, those museums cost like 20 euros or something like that. It's very expensive. I did some like math over there because I'm a money guy. I glanced at the line, and there was at least 100 people, and like that was in the interim of a 10 minute. So like 100 times, um, you know, uh, three times per hour, and then it's open 6 hours a day or something like that. So that's 1800 times 20. That's like 3,000, no, 36,000 euros a day, and multiplied by 30 days. No, actually 20 days. That would be like 72,000 euros. And in a month, in a year, it'd be like 12 times 72. I can't do that. So let's just say it's 8 million something. Yeah, you're making that much revenue off a museum, and it's totally like, I mean, fair because it holds value, right? So I think the standards should be the same with Korean museums. We're not doing a charity over here. Up till now, I understand why it should be free, because like Korea wasn't like a favored spot for a lot of tourists to come, but now we're seeing like an all-time high in demand. So why not charge a fair price? Like, I'm not saying let's charge 20 euros. Like at least $3, $5. It's absurd that it's totally free, right? Like it won't be even able to maintain the air conditioning costs, the heating costs. So $3, $5, I think it's reasonable. If you're coming to another country and enjoying its culture, and the National Museum of Korea, by the way, is beautiful. I really recommend you going there. Not only the museum, but the surroundings. So yeah, I think that's reasonable, right? No, one of the great things is free museums and only paying for exhibitions. No, we need some admission fees. Yeah. The Smithsonian is free? Okay, that's cool. Well, if they have big donors, I'm pretty sure the Smithsonian has like very, very big donors, right? Um, if you're in your logic about the museum, should tourists pay for U.S. museums? Like, yeah. I whatever, At the end of the day, like museums are not charities as well. Like if it's state owned or whatever, like you could think elsewise, but it definitely is going out of our tax monies, and while it's very important, I think it generates that much value. So charging $3 to $5 isn't that much of a big deal. Yeah, like if we're talking about the states, let's be fair. Just entering the country, you got to pay like $70 now. So there are no fees entering Korea unless you're from like a non-visa packed country or anything. So yeah, if you're enjoying the infrastructure and the culture and whatnot of Korea for free, I think it's good to actually contribute in the preservation of it with a small donation in the form of an admission, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm tired. I've been going on. I've been ranting for how long? An hour and a half. And usually people's attention spans start to spiral down after this mark. So yeah, that was it for today. I'm just gonna end the stream over here. I hope you're enjoying your January so far. It's gonna be the new start of a week tomorrow for me. Yeah. So, and just as we're talking, Sandra, thank you so much. Happy New Year! Thank you so much for the $20. Thank you, pizza. I'll have a nice sandwich with that. We could hear you talk all day, though. Yeah, I could talk all day to you guys, but you know, I gotta do Patreon stuff. I need to record a podcast, exclusive podcast on Patreon. So if you want to support the channel, it's only $10 per month to get watch parties, exclusive podcast, and on top of that, support me. So that would be great. Check out patreon.com/koreanpizzaclub. Okay, guys. Have a nice weekend, lunch, evening, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for tuning in. I'll go enjoy my lunch now, and adios. Bye-bye. Bye. Check out Daily David Kim. Okay, one last promotion. One last promotion before I go. Yeah, I'm pushing it really hard nowadays. The subscriber counts need to be growing. I've got some viral posts, but I need subscribers. So check this account out. Daily David Kim on Instagram. These three reels got more than 1 million views. Oh, not this one, but this reel got 1.1 million views over here. This reel got 1.5 million views. This reel got 1.3 million views. Cordis, yes, way to go. The high reel got 30 million views, 300,000 views. The BTS reel got 200,000 views. So if you want to see my daily life and funny stuff, please go check it out. Make sure to follow. And I uploaded my picture with my girlfriend over here. So check this post out. Drop it a like. There you go. So yeah, how do you like my girlfriend? Isn't she pretty? All right, so I'll just drop it in the chat so that you guys can go follow. There you go. 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 Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah. Daily David Kim on Instagram. Make sure to go follow, all right? There you go. Why are you guys lolling? What's so funny? There's nothing funny that I show you right now. Yeah, there's nothing. Already subscribed. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. Bye-bye. Karina mentioned shots. It is Karina. Bye.